It's time for Atomic Monsoon with your hosts, Jedi Stephanie.
Guess who's number one now?
Josh.
I didn't watch a single season of The Bachelor. Why is my who saying I want to watch The Bachelor?
And Psycho Andy.
My hands are only wet because I watched them. There's no other reason for that.
And now, it's Atomic Monsoon. Hey, Stephanie.
What up, Andy?
Remember that time that the power went out at work and I was playing my Nintendo Switch and you were watching me play Mega Man 2?
Yeah, because there was nothing else to do. I remember that.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, I'm not the best at video games, but you would say I'm pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're pretty good from what I saw.
So, our special guest today, every time we've played Mortal Kombat against each other, or actually, every time we've played any fighting game against each other, she has just kicked my ass.
Really?
It's not even funny. It's just brutal. It's
about as brutal as an Atomic Monsoon, which
oh,
you're now
hey.
listening to. Plugged our show right there.
One of us is going to pull that around. Hey, yeah,
Someone
welcome
had
to
to.
Atomic Monsoon. And thanks to our friends at Def M Records for providing our excellent intro music. And we have a special guest, Meghan O'Connell of Dirty Teacup. Meghan O'Connell of Dirty Teacup Designs is on. Hi, Meghan.
Hello. That's a great intro.
Thank you.
Thanks.
But yeah, Mortal Kombat, man.
Yeah. And we're recording this the day after they announced Rain and Melina are coming back, as well as John
I couldn't
Rambo.
believe it.
I
was, I had given up on Ed Boon and his eyebrows, and giving me Melina.
Yeah.
And I got a bunch of Instagram messages from friends yesterday that were like, have you seen? I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, Melina. And I'm like, oh, wow. So it's very exciting. She's always been my favorite. It just kind of started as my love of the purple ninja when I was playing Mortal Kombat 2 when I was a wee girl. But, then it just kind of evolved and I've always used Melina. So it was a bummer that she wasn't in Mortal Kombat 11, but I'm very excited that she's going to be in Mortal Kombat 11.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, man.
I've just been playing as Shao Kahn, which is fun, but
I still haven't bought Mortal Kombat 11. Those fatality videos they were showing at the beginning, to promo the game, I was like, oh, this is actually too violent for me now.
Well, I think in Mortal Kombat X, there was some YouTube video of the top most disgustingly gory fatalities or most violent video games, I think, in general, and Melina got the top spot in her MKX fatality.
Nice. But we're not here to talk about Mortal Kombat. I mean, I'm sure it'll come back up.
But I could, I could talk for an hour or longer.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if we ever need to do a Mortal Kombat episode, I will definitely give you a call.
It's true. I remember one time you introduced me as Mortal Kombat Meghan to somebody, and I was like, well,
did I?
And I was like, all right, man.
Yeah, all right, good enough. That sounds like something I might have done off the cuff. So Meghan, you run Dirty Teacup Designs. I
do. So it's kind of surreal fashion illustrations, kind of based on my emotions, things that I like video games, obviously, but also horror movies, pop culture movies that I've always loved, and just random things that I love. So, yeah.
Nice.
And me and Andy met through Phoenix Comic Con. So that's
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It was it on Free Comic Book Day
I think so. Yeah.
2014. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's been a fun ride. I mean, it's a bummer losing shows, but
Yeah.
Get back to it soon. Hopefully, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. So let's talk about. I mean, so you primarily are selling your art through live events and shows and conventions and stuff.
Yeah. So it's been pretty debilitating not having any shows, because that's how I make my living. I mean, I'm very happy that it's come to be that way where I can make a living off of my artwork, but it's made this time very hard because bills. And
right.
but I'm really trying to get people to buy more online, even though I've always kind of done better at shows more so than online. So it's kind of hard to push that onto people when they've been used to seeing me every month, multiple times a month to be able to buy artwork. So
Right.
that stinks. But I'm hoping, I mean, it has picked up, but I'd like for it to get, closer to that in-person revenue,
Well,
Mhm.
let's do what we can to give you a hand,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so dirtyteacupdesigns.com, spelled exactly how it sounds.
Yep.
Um,
And Dirty Teacup Designs on Instagram.
On Instagram. And then you have an Etsy shop as well, right?
Yep, and that is the same, Dirty Teacup Designs .etsy.com, I believe. But if not, if all else fails, just go to my website, and all my links and social media goodness is all there for you.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. They're all right at the top. So
Yep.
super easy to find. Yeah. So if you're listening and you are sitting in front of a computer, or you want to look at something other than just the Atomic Monsoon logo on your phone, you can head there right now and take a look at the kinds of stuff that Meghan does while we're talking to her about it.
Indeed.
Please do.
Yeah. So
you may or may not like it. Take a gander.
I mean, I've got a
what
couple
can
of
you
good
lose?
things. Yeah, I've got a couple of things up in my room that you did. So thanks again for those. Yeah. Including a Mortal Kombat piece, actually.
Oh, really? Which one do you have?
The Sonya.
Yes.
Yeah. Sonya Blade with Kano's leftovers.
Yeah, that was actually a commission that somebody wanted from me, and I'm like, well, thank you for choosing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Anytime, if anybody wants something Mortal Kombat drawn, please get a hold of me.
Yeah. Because it'll be beautiful and gross at the same time.
Thank you. That's kind of like that's where I got the name Dirty Teacup, like something, like taking something dainty and elegant and like seemingly like pretty, like a teacup, and then, dirty. So it's like, it's the mixture of two things. I've always liked dichotomies. I don't know if it's because I've always liked Batman. I don't know. I like dichotomy. So that's where that all comes from.
Okay. So,
nice.
Is Batman, I mean, okay, you like dichotomies, but you said Batman.
I guess
Batman
like, duality
or...
and things like that. Duality kind of intrigues me. And I like for that to kind of show in my artwork. Yeah, I think a lot of people, they come up to me at shows and they're like, from afar, this looks pretty, but then up close, there's all sorts of like disgusting things and really kind of deep messages and things. I try to not be so like deep and dark, but a lot of them have like, deeper meanings and things like that. So it's like when you look closer, you see, the flaws and things, like, I guess like real people, you can, whatever they look like on the outside, but then when you look closer, you see other things you won't necessarily see.
Yeah, people can definitely be like that.
For better or worse. I've known plenty of those people.
Yeah. Okay, so other than gross people and Batman, what other inspirations, what other things inspire you?
I would say, fashion in general. That's my background's in fashion design. And even as a child, I would always draw women. And I think that's where that all came from. And then kind of combining my love of fashion design mixed with either things that I like or things that I feel joined together to make a good little creepy, cute combination. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to just describe my artwork without like showing it to people.
It is a little bit of a challenge in an audio medium. Yeah.
I know. I'm like, what can I say about it other than it's like, it's creepy, but it's also pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope anyway.
I think the way that when I was looking at your webpage, the way that it kind of stuck out to me is like when people are like, oh, I'm going to be Alice in Wonderland for Halloween, but then they make her look like a zombie Alice. It's like that is like the way that I kind of took your art.
Yeah.
Like the pretty.
I know. And like, I don't think I've ever drawn a zombie, but I think it just comes across as that.
Huh. Yeah, I guess not.
No, I can't think. Oh, well, actually, I had one commission of a girl that loved Mary Poppins and zombies. And it was Mary Zombins that I made for her. That was the only that was the only zombie I ever did.
Interesting. Huh. I'm scrolling
Huh.
through. Not that I disbelieve you, but I'm scrolling through, and yeah, no, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
mean,
seen it either.
I guess I have done a Michael Jackson Thriller pinup, but that's not, I,
Yeah,
well, he
I mean,
started as a werecat, and then I guess he was a zombie, so that counts. But to me, that's just Michael Jackson. It's not a zombie.
I mean, fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you said your background was fashion design.
Yeah, so I went to school for fashion design, and while I was in that program, I also took classes in sequential art, and I kind of got into drawing comics, and that's where I made Snow White and the Seven Plastic Surgeons. But I didn't get it printed then, but a lot of people really enjoyed it. And then I also made a short comic, Go Go Goat Dancer, and it's a like terrible things that happen to this girl during a day in the life of like a goat girl. She has horns, and so it's just kind of like the problem she has getting like stuck to hangers and getting made fun of at the dance club and poking out, a guy's eye accidentally. It's just
Oh no.
those things that happen when you have horns.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I know I have a copy of Snow White and the Seven Plastic Surgeons. I don't think I have Go Go Goat Girl though.
Yeah, so that was a little short one that I did. I think in some versions of my comic, she's in there as like a little freebie.
Okay. Huh. I'll have to go.
And then I
double
have
check
a Space Ninja one that's in there as well.
that. Are they all in the same book?
Yes, but some versions of it just have the Snow White comic, and then some have all three of them.
Okay.
Altogether.
Well, then
Okay.
I might be a bad friend. I know I've read it,
It's
but
all good. I made that so long ago, and honestly,
yeah,
I think you bought it like way countless years ago, probably like 2013 or 14. So
yeah,
it's been a while.
yeah, and I probably haven't read it since then. So
It's all good.
yeah, I know I've read it. I have it. It's in. I actually just reorganized my comics over the summer, so like I know I have it because I just saw it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where like I enjoy the concept, but now kind of looking back at the illustrations, it's kind of cringy to see your illustrations, because those are from like 2009, the illustrations. So
Whoa.
that's a while ago, but I didn't get it printed until 2014.
I definitely yeah. I definitely know what that's like, going back and looking at old artwork and just being like,
Yeah, I
"Ooh."
mean, I even feel like that even with my stuff that I was selling back in 2014, and even like through 2016, I look at it now and I'm like really embarrassed. And I don't know, especially like lately during lockdown, I'm just like stuck here with my artwork, and I'm just like, wow, I'm a terrible artist.
No.
No.
I mean, I know that feeling, but no, you're not.
Well, thank you. I
Same.
think it's just like the isolation does that to you, and then not having the shows.
Yeah.
Like it's nice to have, people that enjoy your artwork in person, and I guess like not having that, you're just kind of stuck with your own thoughts and all the things that you're self-conscious about. So I guess that's what's kind of been tough.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, I talking to, any professional comic artist, like not even just us local nerds. Not to downplay anyone that, is not publishing for like a big company or whatever, but like talking to those people, they're like, yeah, it's just me in my basement all day drawing this fantasy world. Like I have no idea. Like I go on social media to find out if people like my stuff, and some people are really nice about it and some people are very mean.
Right.
It's like, man, that's such a bummer. And I don't know if that's better or worse than people like before social media,
I know, because it's hard to think about a time before then. I'm like, what would I have thought about my artwork then? But it's like even all through school when I was just, drawing on my own for fun. I never wanted to show people my art. And then even when I was in fashion design school, I had a teacher, like the head of the department used me as like an example for their college, like their department, the fashion design college, wanted me to show my portfolio, and it was the most horrible, nerve-wracking thing. I mean, I've always been very shy showing my artwork, and it's like on one hand, it's it's a good feeling to have, the head of the department say, we're using you as the example and using your art and your designs as an example. But it's still like your internal monologue going where you're like, oh, this is scary to do.
That imposter syndrome that we all suffer through.
Yeah. So it's like, even though in college I was struggling with it, and I struggle with it now.
Yeah. I get that. It's the thing of where it's like there's certain things you're like, oh, yes, please look at it. Look at this beautiful thing that I made. And then there's other things where it's like, you don't want to see it. It's bad. No, don't look.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about my artwork right now. And it's like, and then if a post doesn't do well on social media, you're like, wow, is this terrible?
No, it just means
did
people
I really
weren't on social media today.
That too.
There is this weird thing that happened with social media where like they made likes and stuff, and shares and stuff, so that like the intent was, hey, you post your thing, and then people will say that they like it, or they'll if they like it enough, they can share it with their friends or whatever, right?
Right.
And now it's turned into like that's currency.
Right.
Like
likes or currency.
And follows and like that's turned into currency, and like people are like, oh, I didn't get enough likes on my post, and it's like, you got any.
Yeah.
I know.
But
I think because it's like, especially now during isolation, you're seeing all these other people drawing and like getting really great response for everything, and then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, I got 7 today. That's nice. Well, that's better than the 4 I got yesterday, I guess.
Oh.
But like, that's how it goes sometimes. Is I've seen people who were like, oh, I only got 3,000 likes on this, and it's like, dude, if I got 3,000 likes, I'd be over the moon.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd start thinking about quitting my job. So yeah, it's all fake. Like that's that's as plastic as the characters from Mean Girls. Like,
well, it's true. I mean, that's even more so than like art. Like even people in general, it's just like the highlight reel that isn't even like real in their life. Like I know from experience people that have posted happy things on social media when I know that a terrible time is happening. It's just their mask for the world. Just good times.
For sure.
Yeah. So, Megan, you mentioned that you've gone around and you've toured the cons, and obviously I'm assuming Phoenix is kind of your main hub.
Yeah, probably. But I've done, one of my favorite shows ever was when I did RuPaul's Drag Con in LA.
That's awesome.
And I just randomly did it because I saw that I had so many drag queen followers on Instagram that were also like cosplaying as some of my characters. I have this a line called the Fashion Villains, and I saw a lot of drag queens impersonating them, and I thought, why not try out this show in LA? And it was the best experience I've ever had at a show. Just the people there were so kind. It was such a cool environment. I don't know what it is about Phoenix, or even I've done like Salt Lake City Comic-Con, but there was something about that show that was just so fun, and I'm so happy that I did it, and I'm so happy with the people that I met through it. So yeah, that's something that makes me miss shows. Just discovering new shows and new audience.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I've had experiences with drag queens in person before, and at first it's kind of like the weird thought of like, I don't really know how to respond, and then when you meet them in person, they're some of the coolest people you'll ever meet.
I've always been inspired by drag queens and just in general, so it was just just gravitated toward that show, and it was a great experience.
Cool.
So hold on, you said you have people cosplaying as some of your prints? Yeah,
Andy, I guess I could show you. I should have those pictures on my computer, but yes,
I mean, no,
I've had many people. Like even at Phoenix, there was a girl that came up dressed as my Pennywise, which is the lady version of Tim Curry. And then I had another that cosplayed as Cherry Lee Ray, which is Chucky.
Okay.
And I did once a Mrs. Oogie Boogie. And I've had 2 people. One was like directly inspired and made like an outfit based on it. And one, just came up with her own idea, but was definitely inspired by mine. And it's so cool I don't know, just see that somebody took my concept and created something so beautiful, and to see it in person, it like makes you want to cry. Like, it's
That's
just like, oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Yeah. No, that's incredible.
It
Yeah.
is.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a good feeling. And like the fashion designer in me like loves seeing like what they create.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So what made you go from fashion design into spooky drawings?
Well, I've always loved fashion illustration, and as much as I love, creating garments and things like that, I kind of liked the idea of creating concepts in the fashion. You know what I mean? Like taking those ideas and creating a garment, but like an illustration of a garment. That's kind of where I get like my monster dresses and things like that. And it's not necessarily things that I'd make anymore, but who knows, maybe I'll do that in the future. But I always loved the illustration part of it more than the actual producing a garment. So that's kind of where that came from. And I don't know, people have always asked me like if I sell my artwork, and I was always afraid to, just because of my own insecurities and anxieties and things like that.
Sure.
But then I started printing my work, and I saw that people were actually interested in it, and then I just kind of doubled down and did as many local shows as I could, and got to a point where that was just my full-time job, and I created a follow. Not a big following, but a following of supporters that come out to my shows very frequently when there were shows. Yeah, that's kind of what happened.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Hey, Megan, what's your favorite roller coaster?
There you go.
Oh. Well, when I was a kid, I always loved going to Castles and Coasters.
Sure. And for anyone out of town, Castles and Coasters is a local Phoenix amusement park.
Yeah, and I can't.
castles
I've been to
and roller coasters.
Disneyland. I can't recall though, like a roller coaster that I enjoyed there. I love the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror in Disneyland.
Woo!
That's gone now.
Yeah.
I think isn't it like Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that?
I think
Yeah,
so.
it's
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. It is really cool. I will admit, it's a lot of fun. But if you still want the Tower of Terror love and everything, they still have the original down in Florida.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never been to Florida. Is it Disney World in Florida?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I've never been there, just to California. And but yeah, I've also been to Six Flags, though I can't recall my favorite roller coaster. But I think at the time they had like a Batman Forever themed one, maybe Batman and Robin themed.
Sure.
Did they? Do you know this, Andy? I don't know.
I have never been to Six Flags, so.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't answer.
I know they have a Batman coaster, and I know they have a Riddler coaster.
I think because I'm pretty sure it had to have been the Riddler, because at the time I was like 100% into Jim Carrey, and
Okay, then yeah.
the idea of Jim Carrey and Batman together was like the highlight of 1995 for me.
That's kind of refreshing to hear, because a lot of people don't say that movie was a
That's
highlight.
like, Batman 89 and Batman Returns are like two of my favorite movies of all time. And I would say Batman Forever is more like a guilty pleasure movie.
Sure.
But I still love it. I love that movie.
Awesome.
Yeah. I kind of view Batman Forever and Batman and Robin more as like the weird cross-section of the Tim Burton movies and the old Adam West series. Right? But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not into, as much as I love Arnie, I did not like Batman and Robin, even though I know what they were going for, but it just wasn't for me. Mr. Freeze from the animated series, one of my favorite characters, so it was kind of like blasphemous.
Fair enough.
All right.
Go ahead, Steph.
All right. Man, I am forgetting questions left and right here. If my head wasn't attached to my body, I'd probably forget that too. Okay, so I remember my question now. So out of all of the pieces that you've drawn and everything, what was one of your favorites to draw?
I think one of my favorites was just because of something I was going through and things that I've struggled with is I have this bottled up pinup, and it's something, like bottled up emotions.
Mhm.
And it's something that I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I put it out there, and I've had so many clients and, people come up to me and just tell me how, they go through those same things. So it's kind of a cool camaraderie, to have people that, it helps them, even though it's helping you too, to draw it and get it out in the world. So that's one of my favorites.
And
Cool.
that's in the your mental health and toxic relationships
Yeah.
category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of things based on that, different anxieties of mine and things I've gone through.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say then that you said the Batman movies are two of your favorites? Are they your favorite movies in general?
I would say Batman Returns is probably up there in my top movies. I think my favorite movie ever is Return to Oz.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Batman Returns is like one of those all-time favorite movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
And then we were lucky enough to go catch that thanks to
Oh, right. Yeah, when it was at the Cult Classics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the local Phoenix group that does some old movies sometimes.
Yeah, so I'm glad I got to see that. I know when it originally came out, I saw it 3 times in the theater. I loved it.
Wow.
Loved it. It was like love at first sight.
Return to Oz is not an answer that I hear very often for someone's favorite movie, though. What is it about that movie? Anything in particular, or just kind of the whole thing?
I've always loved The Wizard of Oz,
Mhm.
and then when I saw Return to Oz, I love that movie. It's really close to the books. Again, kind of dealing with my artwork, it's kind of like a creepy movie. It's kind of a kid's intro to horror, really. I mean, there's a lot of horrific things in it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's a movie I watched on a loop. When I was little, I always rented it from the video store. My sister worked at a video store, mom and pop one, and she originally brought it home for me. She brought in like a bunch of movies for me, like Drop Dead Fred was something that I always watched and loved.
Wow.
Yeah.
Again, not movies I would expect. Like not movies.
I
you hear very
love
often
Drop
from.
Dead Fred.
No, nothing wrong with it. Just like not the answer that you typically hear from people.
Yeah.
So that's great.
That's interesting though when you said Return to Oz, because I grew up in Kansas for a portion of my life, and
Cool.
one day a friend of mine is like, "Have you seen Return to Oz?" And I'm like, "What's that?" And they're like,
Right.
"I haven't seen it." So we sat down and we watched it, and afterward I'm like, "I don't think I can go to bed tonight. This is
Right.
disturbed."
Well, it's something like as a kid, when you go from The Wizard of Oz to that, you're like, what kind of nightmare did I just stumble upon? I mean, Dorothy's getting electrocuted. And
Yeah. I'm actually glad I didn't see that until I was an adult, because I was actually afraid of the Wicked Witch of the West as a kid. And it took me to like junior high to finally be like, okay, she's just a person with green face paint. But
right. Well, I was terrified of the Jack Nicholson Joker. My dad took me to see that when I was 3. And and I was terrified, but then I grew up loving, Jack Nicholson as the Joker, and I love Batman '89, but I was terrified. I was so scared of Jack Nicholson. I think like the scariest part was when he lifts his hand out of the water. I don't know. It freaked me out when I was little. And the plastic surgery scene. It was just, I don't know. I guess a 3-year-old, I can't deal with that very well.
I mean,
I don't know that I would bring a 3-year-old to see that movie.
Well, that's my dad. My dad was always showing me movies I shouldn't see.
Okay.
I get that.
Yeah. Like I remember seeing like my first werewolf movie that I saw was American Werewolf in London, and I should not have been watching that at the age that I saw it. But Dad was like, "Look at these special effects," and I was just like, "Oh my god! I just saw someone turn into a werewolf." Like I'm like, "What's a special effect? I don't know what you're talking about." Like I just saw someone turn into a werewolf.
Pretty much.
Oh man, now I kind of want to ask what other traumatic movies you saw as a kid, but I don't know if that's going to be diving too deep.
I mean, I think, I mean, as far as traumatic, I think like I remember Jack Nicholson Joker scaring me for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about less traumatic things? Do you I don't know. Do you have a favorite cartoon character?
Oh, I've always loved like the old Fleischer cartoons of like Betty Boop
Oh, yeah.
and like Minnie the Moocher is one of my favorites. All the like Cab Calloway ones and things
Okay.
like that. I think
Yeah.
I always loved that animation. Like the St. James Infirmary animation is so beautiful. If you look at it, just all the hand painted backgrounds and things like that. They're so inspiring. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, other cartoons. I mean, when I was little, I loved, the standard like Animaniacs and things like that. And especially, not to bring up Batman again, but Batman the animated series was a huge, a huge thing for me. Loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that show. Oh boy, yeah, that show just sort of breaks. Like that show just breaks. Like, what's your favorite '90s cartoon? Yeah, it's Batman. Okay, great. What else? you know?
Hey, at least my answer's a little bit different, but I was also younger in the 90s, so.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. What was your favorite cartoon of the '90s, Stephanie? Do I know that answer?
I don't think we've done the decades cartoon breakdown, but
No.
it would be Rugrats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. At least that's a little different.
I mean, yeah.
I really loved like, those old like Double Dare, and it's not cartoons, but like speaking of Nickelodeon, like Double Dare, things like that. What would you do?
Man, I'm glad you said that. No one ever talks about What Would You Do?
I love What Would You Do?
Yeah, that other Mark Summers
Hidden
Nickelodeon game
Temple.
show. I wasn't a Hidden Temple guy.
What?
Yeah, I think I was a little old when it came out.
I don't know. I love that.
I've gone back and watched a couple episodes because like YouTube.
Yeah.
And like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I don't know, something about it didn't strike me. I might have just been mad that it wasn't Double Dare.
Right.
Man, I wanted to be on Hidden Temple so bad as a kid. I'm like, I want to do that, and then I canceled. And I was like, oh.
No one could ever figure out the Shrine of the Silver Monkey.
No one could.
It's true. I always loved the Green Monkeys. I don't know. Stephanie, if you ever watched it, was there a team that you liked?
Oh God, it's been so long. I can't remember any of the teams.
Man, so good.
Had to be the Purple Parrots, yo.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know, but like
But so
Double Dare too, I love that. Mark
Yeah.
Summers. I had a crush on Mark Summers when I was little.
I think I had a crush on Mark Summers when I was little.
You.
No. But I mean, he's just so likable,
I know.
And he had that weird Halloween special that one time.
I'm
you ever
not
see
sure I
that?
remember that.
Oh man, I wonder if that's
Probably on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
What is it? What's it from? Double Dare?
It was just some random Nickelodeon like one-off thing, and it was just like Mark Summer Halloween special. And it, let's see. Okay, YouTube has autofilled. Okay, yeah, it's on here. It's on YouTube. You can find the Mark Summers Magic Halloween special, and it's just him taking some kids to like. It might be the Magic Shop or the Magic Castle. I don't know. It's some like magical, not, I don't want to say haunted house, but like a magical like theater or something.
Yeah.
And like they're going on this adventure, and there's all these spooky things happening around them, and then like he disappears halfway through, and it's just the kids on this weird adventure through this spooky magic house, I guess.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It's strange.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I never saw that for some reason. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean, it was a thing that happened like at the height of Double Dare's popularity. It was
Right.
a thing Nickelodeon just aired, right? Like you like Mark Summers from Double Dare, here he is doing this weird Halloween movie.
Do you remember Stick Stickly?
I of course I remember Stick Stickly. Oh boy, is it right to me? Stickly, P.O. Box
963.
New York City.
Something.
10108. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So Steph,
That was like burned into my skull. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, Steph, you were probably about 1 year old when this happened. Stick Stickly was the afternoon block mascot for Nickelodeon over the summers in like the mid 90s, and his little jingle to get you to write into him was the address, and that's still burned into my skull 25 years later. But he was just a popsicle stick with some googly eyes.
Oh no, I remember him. Yeah, I remember Stickly. I just
Okay.
don't remember the jingle is all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that yes, I very much remember. Man, what other random 90s? I mean, Salute Your Shorts obviously was a
Oh, right. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
one of my friends, it turns out, went to college with one of the cast members from Hey Dude, the
Whoa.
sitcom that was on a dude ranch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know if you guys remember that show at all.
I was
I
never
didn't-
into that show.
Okay. Me neither.
I like Salute Your
But-
Shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't every time I think about 90s Nickelodeon, all I think about is the strange claymation bit that they had occasionally between like some of the cartoons called Inside Out Boy.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The kid that went up and over the top of the swing and somehow that turned his skin
Right.
inside out.
Yeah.
All his organs were on the outside.
hmm
Yeah. That was creepy.
Yeah, I miss traumatizing like kids animation. I mean, when I was little, we had a lot to deal with.
We did.
I miss traumatizing kids animation.
Maybe that's just why I turned out the way I did, because I was just traumatized constantly when I was little.
You know, that probably would explain a lot about people our age.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
just traumatized,
Yeah.
and then
Traumatized by the kids.
and then real life, and you get traumatized again.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, so when you were watching all these shows on Nickelodeon, Megan,
Yeah.
Was there a favorite breakfast cereal that you would enjoy with them?
Oh, I mean, I've always loved Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Sure.
But I love Captain Crunch too.
Okay, so
Especially, like, have you tried the Halloween, speaking to this October, the Halloween Captain Crunch that turns the milk green?
no, I have not. I haven't.
It's
seen
really
it.
tasty.
Yeah. Huh.
Good.
Oh.
You should try it.
I do need to go grocery shopping tomorrow, so I'll.
It's
see
at
if,
Target.
Oh no, that's too far away. I can't walk there.
Well, it may be at the grocery store. I don't know. I just know I bought it from Target.
Okay.
Okay.
While I was getting Monster cereal, I had to pick up some Captain Crunch too.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's that time of year to eat your monster cereal.
I know, right? I got to get my Count Chocula. Man.
Yeah. I used
Yep.
to eat Count Chocula like literally every day for like 2 years.
It's
Like-
so good. That's my favorite.
Oh, I was like 23. So like this wasn't like Andy as a kid. Like this was adult Andy. Like no, it's Count Chocula. That's my morning.
Yep.
And now I can't survive off just a bowl of cereal anymore.
Yeah.
So
I remember last year.
What do you
Andy
guys have for breakfast?
I usually have a couple of eggs and toast.
Okay. What about you? Steph?
I stick usually with just a bowl of cereal and a glass of chocolate milk. That usually
that
gets me
sounds
through my
good.
morning.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Some
I love egg
mornings,
on
especially with the roommates, like I will just make a crap ton of pancakes, and between the multiple people that live in this house, like it's they're gone, they're gone by 1 o'clock. But if it's just me, like they'll last 3 or 4 days. So
hmm
Captain Crunch and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So is it anything with a crunch?
Yeah, I think yes, and no soggy cereal for me.
I mean, soggies may rule, but that might be
Right.
before your time. I don't know. Do you remember the
I
soggies?
don't.
The Count
No.
Chocula, or I'm sorry, the Captain Crunch villains?
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah, the soggies were they were the thing that made your breakfast soggy, right? And they were like these weird white drippy monsters.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
They
I
would
have to
remember
look
this
that up.
discussion.
yeah, I don't think that they would I don't think they'd fly on television today. But
No.
if you look up the soggies, I'm sure the ads are on YouTube, and there were print ads in comic books and stuff for them as well.
I also
Yeah.
know we did an episode talking about our favorite cereals like last year, was it, Andy? And we talked about the
probably.
soggies and
Uh-huh,
everything, and then I randomly the next week came in with boxes of Count Chocula and Boo Berry and everything
That's
because I
right.
got it randomly as a birthday gift. I don't know why it was a birthday gift, but I just got it randomly.
I don't know.
That'd be a great gift for me if somebody just got me some Monster cereal. I'd be content.
But it was like August. I was like, what?
That's even better.
So you hear that, listeners? Once we're able to have conventions again, just bring boxes of Monster cereal to Megan.
Yeah,
also
or
buy her art.
anything. Yeah, or buy my artwork, or
Yeah,
I also found these Monster cereal lip glosses.
Ooh.
Wait,
And
what?
yeah, and they came in a pack with different cereal, like, Lucky Charms and things like that. But then they also had Monster cereal, so I got the Boo Berry, Frankenberry, and Count Chocula lip glosses, and then they taste just like it. It's a cool
Huh.
little thing. Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, that's cool. I had years ago, my dad found me some Mountain Dew chapstick. I was like, man, this is a cool idea. My lips are not dry and they taste like Mountain Dew.
Right?
Mhm.
So I can only imagine the lip gloss would be, kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I used to have I got chocolate flavored lip gloss once as a kid, and I tried it, and it was the worst, like, ever. Like, chocolate did not translate well into lip gloss for her.
Yeah, I think a lot of them don't. I know I'm not really a makeup person so
Neither am
much,
I.
but I received some MAC lip gloss as a gift, and their lip gloss does kind of has that good chocolatey vanilla kind of flavor. Or I guess or scent. I don't know,
Yeah.
how you but yeah, that's always good. But I'm not
Mhm.
really I'm more like a drugstore makeup girl, even though I guess maybe that's embarrassing to admit.
Yeah.
I get my makeup from Fry's, so
Right?
I get
Guys,
it.
represent.
Woo!
I don't wear a lot of makeup myself, so
I mean, I don't wear any. I just have it for my cosplays and for the occasional time I get dressed up all nice, but that's about it.
fair enough.
Yeah, I just do like the bare minimum, man. But like, I know
Yeah.
that there are some women, nothing against them, but like have like drawers and drawers of makeup. I just
Oh
have
my
like my
God.
essentials.
Mhm.
Yeah, same.
I would get overwhelmed with too much, honestly. Like, how do they pick,
I don't know.
which one to use?
I have no idea. It's way too much. That's way too much money to spend on something like that. I'd rather just buy cool, nerdy stuff like lightsabers and cool drawings and stuff like that.
Right. I mean, that's how. Right. I guess I like more nerdy things than makeup.
Me too.
What are you saying? If you saw Count Chocula lip gloss, you wouldn't be interested?
I would think it was a cool idea. I don't know that I would buy it for myself. I don't know if I've ever worn lip gloss actually. I have dabbled in many types of makeup, mostly because people are like, "Oh, we should put some eyeshadow on you." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, sure, whatever." I'm up for trying anything, but no, I don't think lip gloss has ever come into the equation.
Well, you never know.
No,
You never know.
I never thought we were gonna get. Hey, what's your favorite ice cream?
I guess, I'm pretty basic. I really love like vanilla ice cream or like cookies and cream, like vanilla with Oreos and things like that. But
Mm.
my favorite, like at Dairy Queen. I
Ooh,
love
yeah.
I love an Oreo Blizzard.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Or like Thrifty ice cream that's my favorite ice cream. It's cookies and cream Thrifty ice cream.
Oh, I
Ooh.
don't know that one.
It's so good.
Huh. Is that something I could find at the grocery store, or is that like a
I know
restaurant? Or...
I actually get it where I get my water. It's weird. Like I go to like this water mart and they have Thrifty
yeah.
ice cream. And yeah, that's where you get your Thrifty products. There used to be a Thrifty shop in Chandler, though I'm not sure it's there anymore.
Yeah, one of my roommates and I had to run some errands, and it was over by the Voice America office, and he was like, "So what's good to eat around here?" And I was like, "I haven't been here in 6 months. I literally don't know what's still around." So
Everything is still there, Andy.
pretty much everything was still there, which was nice. Like it was good to know that okay,
A lot of places are closing now, though.
but there are a lot of places that are not going to be around anymore. I just saw like the Improv in Chicago is shutting down or whatever. And I was like, what? Maybe it wasn't maybe it was IO. I don't know. There was some comedy club in Chicago. It came up on my social media feed. I was like, huh, that's not a place that I would have thought would have closed. But also, hey, they haven't been doing shows for 6 months. So
yeah.
Wah, wah.
Mm-hmm.
So just vanilla and cookies and cream, huh? Do you
Yeah.
like throw other toppings on that or anything, or?
No, well, I not really. I mean, honestly, when I get ice cream, that's what I want. That's what I feel like.
Okay.
There you go.
There is nothing wrong with that.
No.
I don't really have it that often, so when I do, I get my faves.
Yeah. No, that totally makes sense.
What is your favorite ice cream, you guys?
I'm all about that chocolate.
Yeah.
I have really been enjoying recently. Tillamook makes an Oregon dark cherry
Oh,
ice cream, and I've been enjoying that with a little bit of chocolate syrup on it.
okay.
Okay.
That's been pretty good. Typically, my answer is mint chocolate chip, but I've been, it's been summer and I've just been home, so like
Right.
every time I go shopping, I'm like, well, let me try a different ice cream that I've never tried before, because worst case is it's a couple bucks. Best case, I
Yeah.
find a new ice cream that I like. So
I never liked mint chocolate chip, but I loved the Dippin' Dots mint chocolate chip. It's a weird thing. I don't
okay.
Interesting.
know.
Extra makes a mint chocolate chip chewing gum, which tastes like mint chocolate chip ice cream, but it's not cold, so it feels wrong.
Like, yeah, I don't know. The
Weird.
chocolate part seems weird. I don't know if I would want like room temperature chocolate ice cream.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
it's a little weird. It's a little strange, but every so
I don't
often
know.
that's a nice change of pace from everything just tasting like mint all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
I like fruity gum. Like
Oh, okay.
some citrus flavor. Like a Trident orange.
Sorry, what was that? You kind of cut out there.
Oh, like like a Trident orange, things
Mm.
like that. I like gum like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Fruity.
All
I
right.
don't ever ask people about their favorite gum. I need to add that into the rotation.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Thank you.
So.
What about potato chips? What is your favorite potato chip?
Oh.
Or just chip in general, if you're not into the potato side of things.
Yeah, well, I love Pringles,
Okay.
like just the originals, but I also really love Triscuits, even though it's not really like a chip. but
Triscuits are a good answer.
I love
Yeah.
for snacky foods, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, as you figured out, Megan, we're not a normal interviewing talk show.
I actually love this like random discussion. I think it's much easier than like trying to show my artwork to people.
Yeah.
Well, I just so many interviews are just the who are you? What do you do? What are your inspirations? Tell us about your thing. And it's like, I mean, that's cool, but typically that's really only 15 minutes of conversation.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, let's learn more about you as a person, right?
Well, yeah, like especially on a podcast, you get it's kind
right.
of hard to describe your artwork so much, other than me just saying, yeah, it's weird, surreal, broads.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, let's get off the Wikipedia questions and let's, actually find out who you are. Someone out there, I'm sure, also just likes vanilla ice cream or just cookies and cream, right? And they're probably like, holy cow, Megan's now my new favorite person. And, I'm going to go buy all of her stuff. So
The power of, cookies and cream.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think I ran out of questions.
At least I got one.
Okay.
It's not really a random one, but since you've worked the con circuits, what was one of the coolest cosplays you've seen walk by or something?
Oh my gosh, I've seen so many. I saw one like a Tywin Lannister, from Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
But it was like him on the toilet or on the roof. Because I think he was in a wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
But it was a cool thing to do for his cosplay.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I don't know. There are so many cool ones that I've seen. It's kind of hard. I know I should have a favorite, but
was
again,
just
like
curious.
when people come up to my table dressed as like my characters, that was probably I don't know if that's like a narcissistic thing to say that that's my favorite, but it was so like incredible to see that. That was
It's incredibly flattering, is what it is.
yeah.
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 Yeah, one of my friends one time dressed up as one of the Hawk and Croc characters for and mostly it was just wearing one of the T-shirts and some similar sunglasses. But it was like, you know what? That's fine because literally no one else is doing that. So
Yeah.
you're not dressed
yeah.
up like anyone else's characters. So
Well,
sure.
right. And even like last year, well, the last Phoenix convention.
Sure.
2019.
Yes, 2019. There was a girl that bought my Melina print that I have. She didn't know who Melina was, but she just liked my print. And then the next day she came, she drew this amazing like face paint on her face of the way that I drew the Melina teeth on my Melina. And came to my table to show me, and that was so cool. Like, Melina's not my character, but it was so cool. Like she saw my artwork and was inspired and drew the teeth on her face like how I drew it in my illustration. So
that's
neat.
awesome.
That's cool. Bring it on back to Mortal Kombat.
It all started with Mortal Kombat.
Full circle.
It's strange because that's not how our relationship started, but it is definitely where it's gone a lot of the time. So
yeah.
Okay, well, we just have a few minutes left, so Meghan, let's plug you all over the internet so people can find your stuff and hopefully enjoy some of your artwork.
Yeah, so if you're interested in seeing any more of my artwork, you can check me out on Instagram under Dirty Teacup Designs. It's just the way it's spelled. You can also go to my website, which has a shop, and all that good stuff is just dirtyteacupdesigns.com/shop. And then I'm also on Etsy if you prefer to just use the Etsy app or something like that. And I'm not sure of the direct link for that, but if you just look up Dirty Teacup Designs on Etsy, you can find me there.
It looks like it's etsy.com/shop/Dirty Teacup Designs.
There you go.
Yeah, that might be a little complicated. So yeah, go to Etsy.
Either way, if you go to my website, the Etsy is linked there for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thanks for coming on today. And
Yes, thank you.
Thanks
talking
for
about
having me.
weird old movies and cartoon memories and snack foods.
Yep.
I love the snack talk. I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
Same.
Well, it's coming up on dinner time, so that's fair. Yeah, and then for anyone listening that doesn't know, you can find us and all of the rest of the episodes of Atomic Monsoon at atomicmonsoon.com. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Atomic Monsoon, and you can find us on Instagram at atomic_monsoon because for some reason, Instagram won't let us have the name without the underscore. I don't know why.
It's weird.
Somebody must have that name. I don't know.
No one does, and I'm very confused. But whatever.
Huh.
And then you can find us on Redbubble and get an Atomic Monsoon t-shirt and mask for your face to keep yourself and others safe. And Steph, do we have anything else?
No, I think we're good. It's our usual spiel. Check out Def M Records. Stuff like that.
Go to defmrecords.bandcamp.com and support the guys that made our music. And you can email us at atomicmonsoon@gmail.com if there are
there's that too.
comments or questions or concerns, or if we were just wrong about something, please let us know.
You're just totally wrong having me on this show.
No, that's not what I meant at all.
They leave that Meghan girl off the show.
Oh, that's so very sad. No, we thank you again for coming on. It was I had fun. So.
I had fun too.
I had plenty of fun.
Well, if we all had fun, hopefully our listeners did too.
I hope so. I hope it was okay. I hope I did all right.
I think. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.